Okay, welcome to EsperC's Throne of Liberty NA East Blue Squadron Tournament Preview. Tournaments on May 26th. Let's jump into it. I'm very annoyed that the recording software has trouble handling when I try to play the slideshow, so I guess I'm just going to scroll down. Topics. The big storylines. Major shakeup of Flex Velo TC New Super Alliance. Going to get into that a little bit. Corrupt. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. They are out for revenge after being spurned by both Flex and Supple. Number three, time bomb strategies revealed. This is very dangerous for the meta, I would say. Briefly introduce myself after we get to the big storylines. First, I'm going to preview all 45 seeded guilds. And then I'm going to cover the top three guilds I believe are not in the tournament. And finally, I'm going to make my tournament predictions. Okay, so major shakeup caused this weekend. So Stoneburn was perceived as a very competitive server. It was initially a Flex Alliance, a Hailstorm-led alliance, and then a lot of mid-range guilds. That has all changed this weekend. Take Care, Hydra, and Velocity, both major top 10 guilds, have transferred in. And their key, along Dragon is staying. Take Care won Castle Buff before the tournament. Velocity beat Supple's second guild in a war game. That war game may have changed everything. They agreed to form a super alliance. They want to contend with Supple. Corrupt was spurned at the last minute. We'll go more on that later. Stoneburn, unfortunately, is going to empty out in response. You can see Beck has already updated the spreadsheet. This Stoneburn is no longer a PvP server. I expect a lot of guilds to transfer out. A lot of guilds have already transferred out of Snowburn. This is the war game that changed everything. As you can see, Velocity won against Supple 2. Velocity dominated the kill boards. Corrupt. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride. They're out for revenge. Supple scapegoated them for Supple's failures in Nebula Boss against the then full strength tier alliance of tier Brick, Hallowing, and TC. Since then, Hallowing and TC have had a falling out, and Brick retired from the game. They Corrupt tried to rebuild. They went to Carnage to free farm with Velocity and Offline and Polarity. Offline retired. But then Velocity beats Supple 2. Velocity gets their confidence. They decide to get into the major leagues. The last minute decision was between Dragon or Corrupt. Infamously, No Mercy with their spy network claimed Dragon was going to be dropped. They were not necessarily wrong. It was a very close decision, but Flex apparently vetoed Velocity at the last minute, and Corrupt was dropped and excluded and left behind on Carnage. Now, having been both declined by Flex and Supple, Corrupt is a ninth seed and looking for revenge. They have the opportunity to face Supple in the third round. Third main storyline, Time Bomb, 15% true damage. I expect all the top guilds to pull out their Time Bomb strats. Reportedly, the top guilds in Ivory were telling everyone, you have to get Time Bomb or you're going to be dropped from the guild. With this combined with Cordy Spinners, this is extremely dangerous. I mean, quite frankly, this could lead to a Call of Duty-esque one-shot meta. Briefly by myself, I started this game in January 2025. I was in 9 to 5. I was in the Coast, Cloudy, now known as Enum, Echo, 95 Alliance, series of unfortunate events. Coast went to join Supple. I joined Gravity, got overtired. Now I'm wandering Snowburn for better or worse. Probably worse. It is what it is. Just jokes about myself with my bad wrists. I've been called out or memed for clicking my skills. Still by clicking my skills. Could be 2 crossbows and a Supple healer in arena. You might need some VOD review for that Supple healer and that Exodus crossbow. After I fixed my keybinds, big thanks to John for the advice on that. Numbers much improved. Had a good match against Sauron and Halloween. Okay, now let's start the previews. Start with number 44, Gwen China. Ding, 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 ding. I want to know where that meme came from. I think they will get an upset in round 1. My player to watch is their Expo spinner, Keisu. Trust me, I'm not going to call every player to watch being the Cordy spinner. Otherwise, there's no need for analysis. We can't. Although Cordy crossbows are very oppressive, there is room for more analysis besides talking about Cordy crossbows. Number 44, this is one of my major sleepers to make a deep run. This guild was very underseeded. This is the rebuilt llama with Oso retirees. To give you context, Oso was allied with Supple and Ivory. They were dominating the server. It was so bad that no one was contesting a Nebula, and they're literally RPing as oranges during Exodus. Also got bored, decided to retire recently. Some of also players still want to play Throne and Liberty. They have ties with Llama. They joined Llama and Stellarite. This guild is very underseeded. I'm watching all the former OSO players, including Neff, Excel, Disrep. This is a very dangerous guild that is chronically underseeded, and they're going to be primed to make several major upsets. Number 43 is Toxic. This is unfortunately a rebuilding guild. I'm watching the Templar Wade Wilson Sr. I feel like for these small or severe underdog guilds, they need someone other than the Cordy Spinner to make plays. Templar's Curse Bombing with Time Bomb it can make plays. Number 42 is actually Velocity. This is Can I Watch You Sleep? Is Velocity's guild leader's name. Yeah, he misregistered under his name. This actually should have been a top 10 seed. My player to watch is their Void Lance, Juan Spear, Tom Book. I'm rooting for you. That's exciting off meta. Would not recommend doing that yourself. It takes an exceptional player to play like something like that in a top 10 guild. Number 41, Blood Elf, a failed merger. This will be a theme throughout this preview. There have been a lot of failed mergers in Throne and Liberty and NA East. I don't know if they're going to reform in time before the tournament. Number 4 is Pandemonium. This was a mid-range guild formerly known as Shadow Garden. They had to get off the supple and tier serve Ivory. I don't blame them. I know the healers, Valent Seppi, shout out, but if the players to watch were healers, that'd be a very boring preview too. I'm picking the Templar. Again, my belief is these mid-range guilds are going to rise and fall based on the cap teams and someone other than the Cordy Spinner making plays. I think a common trait with these mid-range guilds is a general lack of discipline on cap. I think part of this is because individual players feel that they have to prove themselves. Is just the nature of being a mid-range guild. Players want to pump numbers and get spotted by a higher tier guild. But that's why I mean, with these mid-range guilds, whoever plays the most discipline and actually plays the point has a solid chance of winning. Number 39, Lords of the Dead. They pumped big kill numbers Snowburn Siege 2 weeks ago. I'm watching their capper. Villainous. Their round one match for Hikamori may be most entertaining because I expect it to be the most sloppy competitive match, which I'll talk a little bit more on later. I know their healer Apricot, Healers Union, but I'm watching their Cordy Spinner. I think he can do damage. Blood Paradox and Stellarite. This is the strongest guild in the Castle Holding Stellarite Alliance of Privateers, Blood Paradox, Auroras, and Tetraphy. I'm watching their capper. Regal Mafia's at 36. This is one Spanish speaking guild. I'm watching their capper. Number 35, Mihoyo, formerly known as Phoenix. This is one of the early casualties of the Great Ivory Mosh Pit on Server Merge, where everyone had piled up my Ivory. I don't blame them. The player I'm watching them is the Cordy Spinner, Bojack. Number 34 is Fenrir. This is a merge of ZZZ and Echo. A player to watch is a Scorpion, Living Color. I've seen this player in person myself. He has hands. I just don't know how impactful a Scorpion player with hands will be in a 48v48. Morality was an offshoot of Gravity, creating Guttle announced retirement. Now that Gravity's trying to continue to do management, kind of. Gravity will compete as Gravity and not Morality. The wave paired against Supple. This is a meme. This is a buy for Supple. Number 31, the Castle Holding Guild Stellarite. My understanding is that Tetraphy is better at open world than war games. It's unfortunate. I was personally in a war game against Tetraphy Gravity. They weren't that great, but from what I hear, they're much better at open world. I am wondering if their guild lead can pull a Rapid Alpha's hat for the tournament. Number 30, I think this guild disbanded, meant for me. Number 29, I can't find this guild either. Tengu, I think this is disbanded. Please claim guild here. Number 28, this is not an entry. The Zoo players merge into release. I think they will enter as released. 27, Hikamori. So when Coast left 9 to 5, Enum and Echo for Supple, we had to get bodies. We picked up Hikamori. That 1 to 3 kill death ratio at Siege, not great. Also, they would not listen to macro calls. Instead of doing Cordy, Peace, then Teven, they went to the skip Cordy and tried to burn Teven. They got Tevin down 10%, then stepped into peace zone for unclear reasons, lost all their contribution. Corrupt came in afterwards and burned the rest and got all the contribution. Yikes. I am watching their capper. Aurorus is number 26. I think Blue Squadron commented at one point that like the name is like a bait guild, whatever. Neither here or there. I'm watching the capper. Number 25 out of Lucen. I think this guild is banned. Number 24, Noob Tormenta Snowburn. So another Spanish-speaking guild. I'm watching the capper Thundercats. Number 23, Ivory Guild, Bubble Blowers. I'm brave for them to stay on Ivory. I'm watching the Scorpion, Legolasa. I've seen him. He's a good player. Again, I just don't know how much a Scorpion can carry a mid-range guild. It's unfortunate. Number 22, another mid-range guild, Fellowship. I'm watching the Scorpion Concern Frog. My concern with Scorpions is the time bomb meta. I don't think time bomb is subject to evasion. Scorpions traditionally have low HP. Like we're talking like 16, 17, and 8k HP. They heavily rely on evasion. But if time bomb avoids evasion, like these Scorpions are going to die to one, well, not one, two or three time bombs, and maybe even one for like some, well, 70k HP tank times 50%. They can't get one shot by a time bomb, but they can get two, basically one hit by two or three time bombs at once. So that's what I worry about with Scorpions. Number 21 is Gravity. I was at Gravity. Shane Gully random retired. My player to watch is the Crusader AG Royce. This is one of the best counter cappers I'm honestly ever seen. This guy can deny caps like crazy. A lockdown corner like Darrell Rivas in this aspect. It's a shame they got paired against Uh-Oh in the first round, though. Number 20, Chernobyl. I'm not sure what this guild is. I think this is an alias. Please claim guild here. Number 19, Spreadsheet Man himself, Privateers. My player to watch, Blue Squadron's already covered him. The Point Man. I don't know if it's Crusader, Gladiator, Crappy. The tip of the spear. I think they could go beat CPQ. I don't think they will, but it will be close in the second round. Number 18, Fallen Perry, which is now known as Doom. This is the strongest Spanish guild in NA East. The issue with Doom is they suffer from arc boss loot drama every once in a while. I'm watching their capper Deco Maxwell. I've seen this guild on Diagon Stone. They play Discipline for a mid-range guild. I also think that they can keep that guild together. They will blow out Seraphim in the second round. By far the strongest Spanish-speaking guild. Number 17, Nemesis. Their guild lead plays everything and anything Wild does. I've seen him on Crossbow, Gladiator, Seeker. It'd be interesting to see what he plays in the tournament. Number 16, Cursed. It's a mid-range guild, very series of unfortunate events on Snowburn. I have no ill will towards Supple. I just like Curse is projected to face Supple in the third round. I think Supple can scout Curse better than I can. Supple doesn't need any help in this regard. It's unfortunate with Curse. It's going to be an early exit due to bad luck with pairings. Number 15, Seraphim. So when 9 to 5 transferred into Oath shortly before the big server merge, we mainly against Seraphim and Seraph, a castle holding alliance. It wasn't even close. Unfortunately, we basically ran them over. I think this is one of those guilds that's just unfortunately been victim to bigger alliances transferring in on them over and over. I'm watching that Crusader. I have no ill will. I wish them the best of luck, but yeah, it's just a guild that always seems to be suffering from a series of unfortunate events. Number 14, Camp Press Q. Flex Fire Dome, series of unfortunate events. I'm watching the Cordy Spinner mirrored in. I think the Cordy Spinner is going to make the difference between them and Privateers here. Deadfish. The entity that's surviving the Imagine Androids merger. I am not sure if they're going to stay on Snowburn. Number 12, I'm going to spend a little bit of time here. Infamy. They just transferred off Snowburn after being fired by Flex. Supple picked them up. This is a huge reach by Supple. This to me is like drafting Tim Tebow in the first round. Okay, so if people don't know already, when you join Supple as an outside guild, Supple will take a bulldozer to your roster. Ton of raw reviews, a ton of tryouts, people fighting for roster spots, a ton of people getting shuffled. I don't even know if their guild lead from Snowburn is going to be around, within the next couple of days. I personally don't think Supple has enough time to overhaul Infamy's roster. I also think Infamy players will suffer. I wish them the best of luck, but I'm not sure if they're fully mentally prepared for what Supple is going to do with them, but more importantly, what Supple is going to do to them. Number 11 is Release. This is a fun guild to watch. They merge with Zoo. They have the same recruiting philosophy as Helloing, in my opinion. They're searching for individual players with exceptional hands. That leads them to be exciting. It's unfortunate that Release got paired in Helloing side of the bracket, but this will be a fun guild to watch at the 11th seed. My player to watch is their Spear Dagger. Okay, sure. My memory might be wrong, but I think I saw him do 8 million damage in a war game as a spear dagger with geared players. That is crazy individual skill. Number 10, Polarity. This is one of the fortunate casualties of the recent Velo change. Number 9 is Corrupt. I already talked about them. I'm watching the Corey Spinner Anything POS. Watch for that grudge match against Supple if they can make it there. Number 8, Dragon. Castle Holder of Stillburner saved the last minute by a flex effectively vetoing Velo's desire to drop Dragon. I'm watching the Seeker Jalen and a bunch of other players, not really for gameplay reasons, but more so the guilds ahead of them, number 1 through 7, have been aggressively trying to poach from their roster. Jalen has said he will stay, but I'm not sure if Dragon can keep their roster together. It bears watching if they suffer from poaching from the top before the tournament. Number 7 is Supple 2. You'll see a pattern here, guilds 1 through 7. I'm not really focusing on player to watch. These are the huge brand name guilds, very public. Everyone knows them. They're more associated with the guild than any individual player. These are the big brand names. I think Velo will get a rematch with them, and I'm worried about Supple 2. I'm not sure they beat Velo in the rematch in the tournament. Number 6 is Helloing. Brand Donger. Their merger with Nisa infamously fell apart over Cordy Expo distribution drama, and then they had a falling with TC. More on that later. I'll talk about that drama when I talk about TC. Number 5 is Exodus, formerly known as Fury. Used to be allied with Supple. Supple fired them, but Exodus. Forget Fury. They stand on their own right. This is a serious dark horse to win the tournament. This is a very strong guild. They've done a fantastic job since their former history. This is a serious dark horse candidate. I'm high on these guys. Number 4 is Tier. Some call Tier the favorite to upset Supple and win the tournament. We'll see. They famously took the throne from Supple and Xerath prior to server merger. Some people say, though, they were just a beneficiary of a bunch of other guilds helping them out at being in the right place in the right time. Number 3 is Flex. I've already talked about that. Number 2 is Take Care, also known as TC. They had a falling out with Brand Donger and Helloing after TC agreed to take in the Nisa players. Brand Donger lost his mind. If TC faces Helloing, which is possible, but it would be, I believe, a semifinals matchup, everyone should be rooting for number 2 TC versus number 6 Helloing in the semifinals. That is going to be the most toxic chat, most toxic matchup, most explosive bad blood matchup in the tournament. There's so many storylines if they face each other. What the Nisa subplot of just the sheer rivalry, the spin card charity drama. There are a lot of good storylines if they face each other. I want this semifinals matchup to happen. As a neutral, everyone should be rooting for Take Care to face Helloing in the semifinals. Number 1 is Supple Main Guild. Battle of attrition at this point. It's a corporation. I don't know if they can keep it together. This is a de facto esports guild. They are the tournament favorites for a reason. I think they're the only de facto esports guild in this game. My top 3 guilds not in the tournament. Hailstorm, kind of a surprise. No Mercy, they apparently don't have Cordies. I don't blame them. Number 3, Wolves of War, because their peers and Stellar are on the tournament. I'm a little bit surprised they didn't enter. My predictions, I kind of split up the groups into north and south region. You will see here. I'm very high on particularly in the north side. I think they will beat Gravity. It's unfortunate for Gravity. If Gravity got someone else, they could have gotten some upsets. Will then beat Infamy because I don't think Supple will be able to rebuild Infamy's roster in time, and will be the very big surprise coming out of the north region. Out of the South region, I've always said I like Doom, the pride of the Spanish speaking guilds to get into the third round. Velocity, I expect Velocity. Can I Watch You Sleep, which is really Velocity. They're going to romp their way. They're going to beat their former ally Polarity and earn a rematch with Supple 2 in the third round. I'm going to talk about the possible third round match there between anticipated third round match between Hello and Released. That's going to be a very fun, maybe the most fun third round match projected. So North Region round 3, I say Supple beats Cursed. I think everyone's predicting that. I think Corrupt will beat Dragon. Tier will beat Deadfish and Exodus will beat the South region. TC will beat Doom. No shame in that. Velocity will beat Supple 2 again. Flex will beat CPQ in a Bad Blood revenge matchup. Number 6 Haloing versus number 11 Released. I said this reminds me of G2 versus FPX in the 2019 League of Legends finals. Two teams have very similar philosophies, but unfortunately for Released, Haloing's basically what Released wants to be. Same recruiting philosophy, but Haloing's just better. If Release was paired on any other side of the bracket, they would have a better chance for an upset. But they're literally facing a clone image of themselves that's just better. But this is good. This is going to be a fun match, even though it might not be close. There's going to be a lot of individual players that are going to do crazy things, and then number 6 versus number 11. That's going to be a fun one to watch. North Region semifinals. Supple beats Corrupt in the grudge match. I don't think it'll be close though. I think Supple will beat out Corrupt. Exodus will beat Tier. This is an upset to me, and it's going to be very close. And then I think Supple will advance, but they will get pushed to the limit by Exodus. I'm very high on Exodus. Out of the South region, this is a typo on my part. It should be Take Care versus Velocity. I think Take Care will win. Helloing will beat Flex in an upset. I really predict that because come on, everyone wants to see TC versus Helloing semifinals. That's going to be so toxic but hilarious, high level gameplay. That, speaking into an existence. Finally, I think I'm going to call the upset now. I think TC beats Simple in a victory for gamers over Esport Corporation, but we will see. Wish everyone the best of luck in the tournament, and we'll see you all around. Feel free to DM me, EsperC. You can send me mail in game or send me a Discord message. My Discord username is IGN at EsperC. The Discord code I think is VOIR number 5933. If you want a copy of this PowerPoint or any other questions, feel free to ask. As always, support Blue Squadron. Thank you, Blue Squadron, for hosting the tournament.